Finally, we saw a decent playoff game. Finally, it took us like the whole day, but we actually saw a decent playoff game. Thank God. And before we get on to that, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We are trying to hit 36,400 by the end of the day, and we are only 6 subscribers off. So we have to talk about this game right here. So the Minnesota Lynx were up 23 points in this game, and the Phoenix Mercury had the lead with about 2 minutes to go. They got screwed. Phee Collier had her career high. 11 and 19 in the field, 13 and 14 in the free throw line, 38 points. Hayden McBride with 20. Courtney Williams, yeah, she only had 9, but like took over that game in the fourth quarter. And on the Mercury side, Natasha Cloud had 30 and 10. She had 33 and 10. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that is a number that no one has ever reached in the playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised if that is a record. She had 33, 6, and 10. Like, that is mental. Natasha Cloud was unbelievable. She did miss a kind of big shot in the end, but she was unbelievable. Like, hit a fadeaway 3 at the end of the third to kind of make it an 8-point game again. Brittany Griner, I thought, struggled, but got called for an absolute BS offensive foul. Sophie Cunningham, again, was fine. Taurasi, even though she's minus 22, I thought Taurasi was okay. Hit some big shots down the stretch. But Cloud and Copper did nothing till the fourth quarter and had a great fourth quarter. But this was the Natasha Cloud show. Celeste Taylor, I saw hit a 3. And I'm like, great. Better than Katie Lou. For the Minnesota Lynx, Bridget Carlton, I thought, was quiet in this game. But she did hit one of the biggest shots of the game. Up 3, she shot a late shot clock fadeaway corner 3, hit it. Maisha Hines-Allen came in with some nice cuts and some good layups. But Alana Smith, Courtney Williams really pulled that game out. Like, Alana Smith with 2 crunch time blocks, ended up with only 3 blocks, 7 boards. But like, Alana Smith is so important for this team. I know she only played 21 minutes because she shares minutes with Maisha Hines-Allen. And Hines-Allen's, again, the best big off the bench in the entire league. Alana Smith came up huge down the stretch. Absolutely, absolutely huge. Like, plus 11 on the floor. Which, again, is not bad at all. Elisa Peely played... These only just played the last 9 seconds of the game, I'm guessing. But, like... Yeah, that was a very, very interesting game. But I got to give credit where credit's due to the Phoenix Mercury. Like, they were down so big. And the funny thing is that this was one of those games where Nate Tibbetts really got it wrong. He was running a zone offense or zone defense, and they just couldn't do it. Again, I've always said this. If the fate of the universe is on the line, you need a junk zone to like save the earth, the margins of the depth being point on the earth. I want Nate Tibbetts with that junk zone. But that was huge. But the referees won that game for them. Like, genuinely, the Lynx refs won that game for them. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Like, the refs screwed the Mercury. Down the stretch, there was an off-the-ball foul called on Phee Collier, on Kat Copper. Maisha Hines-Allen just rammed over Diana Taurasi. According to the refs, Copper pushed her into Taurasi. No, she just rammed over Taurasi. And then later on, the ball just hits Phee Collier, goes nowhere near any Mercury player, and goes to Minnesota. It's their ball, and then as well as that, they lost their challenge because Brittany Griner pivots. Courtney Williams runs into Brittany Griner and jumps on the ground, and they didn't overturn the call. And I'm like, it was 21, like 2 mad calls in the last 2 minutes of the game, and like, that changes the game. I got to give credit again where credit's due. And there was a weird one they called on, like, Phee got, anytime someone went near Phee Collier, she shot a turnaround over Sophie Cunningham, nailed it. Sophie Cunningham, hands up, nowhere near Phee, Phee doesn't even flop. Phee just shoots a turnaround and hits it. And one. Phee takes one dribble backing down into Tash Cloud, nowhere near the basket, fell on the line for 2 free throws. And I'm like, come on. I was like, come on, refs. Like, you're meant to call, like, everyone's talking about playoff refs, but if anyone goes near Phee Collier, it's a foul. I don't know. I think they want... It's an interesting one, because it's like, surely you would want the Mercury to go through if there is anything rigged. But, like, this was they had the Aces whistle. They had the freaking Aces whistle. They had the Connecticut Sun whistle. Like, the refereeing has been so bad. And it's really annoying because at times the refereeing can be so against certain teams. Like, I want the Lynx to win this because I think the Lynx can win the championship. The last thing I want is to watch the Connecticut Sun make the WNBA championship final. Like, that is going to be... Like, that's going to be... If you ever seen the Game of Zones thing where it's like when they're forced to watch the Nets play in 2000s, they gouge their eyes out. Like, that would be... I would be gouging my eyes out instead of watching that team. Rather gouge my eyes out than watch the Sun play in the freaking WNBA finals. But, like... And the Sun will beat the Mercury. But they got screwed. They got screwed. Absolutely screwed. But it is crazy, like... Obviously, Tash Cloud was freaking amazing. I thought she was better than Phee today, even though Phee did set a career high of 38. Like, that's crazy. And thankfully, one of the playoff games is good. I don't know what this next playoff game is going to be like. I'm probably going to be asleep by it. It's in 3 hours for it. I just don't want to stay up for it. I'll probably wake up at like 6 in the morning, watch like one of those 10-minute long recaps and talk about that game. But no, this game right here was a coaching blunder by Nate Tibbetts that dug them a 23-point hole and they came back. I genuinely wouldn't be shocked if the Phoenix Mercury win the series. Because, you know, sometimes in a one-off game, when you've got Cat Copper, when you've got Taurasi, and, like, there's no way Taurasi's going to retire. She just dropped 21 points on 50% shooting and 50% from three in the playoffs. So I don't see Diana Taurasi. I know she was minus 22, but, like, plus-minus doesn't tell the full story. It just means she was on the court when they were being lit up. But for the Minnesota Lynx, this is, again, just... You have so many good players. Like, Heidemann made some huge plays down the stretch. Courtney Williams was unbelievable down the stretch. Kayla McBride, again, 20 points. Alana Smith didn't have her greatest game, but she's unbelievable down the stretch. Phee being +9 on the floor. Bridget Carlton not having a great game and hitting one of the biggest shots of the game. Aisha Hines-Allen hooping. Like, they're just such a dangerous team.